Most people think that Am Yisrael is like all the other nations. But the reality, Am Yisrael, whether you were born a Jew or you converted to Judaism, you're not considered like the other people. You're in essence considered a different species.
In what way?
In every way possible. Meaning, just like you have a lion, he's in the same family as the tiger, to some extent, right? And the snake is in the same family as, let's say, I don't know, one of these, these big lizards you have here in Florida. These little dragons that you have here. They're in the same family, right? So, a Jew and a non-Jew, they're not the same species. It's not the same family. It's different things. They look the same. They act, sometimes act the same. But they're not the same species. This was created in Mount Sinai. Now, when Kadosh Baruch Hu instilled the neshamot into Bnei Israel, when they accepted the Torah, they got it for a certain reason. They got it not because of their righteousness, as it says in Sefer Dvarim and many other places. They didn't get to become the chosen people because they were large or smart or funny. They got it because of their forefathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. That's why they got it. Hashem chose us because of the righteousness of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Because we are connected to them, we have the right to serve Hashem at the highest possible level. But that also obligates us. If you are an average person and you feel like walking around with shorts and a tank top, no problem. Most people are not going to say nothing to you. If you're an average woman and you want to work for the sanitation department, cleaning out the garbages, no problem. You probably make good living, maybe $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year. No one's going to say nothing to you. If you're an average person and you want to walk dogs for a living, pick up their poop so the neighbors don't complain, no problem. You can make good living doing it. I remember when I used to have a dog in New York, I used to have to pay my dog walker $150 a week. Make good walk. You walk 10 dogs at a time, you're making thousands of dollars. Guy opened a whole company out of it. No problem. You want to pick up dog poop for a living? No problem. No one's going to say nothing to you. But if you are the son of the king or the daughter of the king, you do not have the right to pick up poop for a living. You do not have the right to clean garbages for a living. You do not have the right to walk around with a t-shirt or a tank top and shorts. Why? You're the son of the king. The king says, you represent me. You represent me. You have to look like me. You have to act like me. Why? You're representing the palace. You have to walk around like a rich person. You have to walk around like a prince. You have to walk around like a princess. You have to act a certain way. You have to be a certain way. If you're the king's son, you don't have the ability. You're not allowed to go work for any sanitation department. You could buy the sanitation department if you want, but you can't work in a sanitation department. I'm talking about a physical king. Now, Am Yisrael, the fact that we are the descendants of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, which the Gemara in Masechet Yoma says they actually fulfilled all of the mitzvot even before Matan Torah. They already had access to the entire oral Torah. And they fulfilled all of the mitzvot of the Torah before Matan Torah. Still, they did not keep Shabbat 100%. They kept it 99% because they knew that Torah says that unless you are 100%, you're part of the nation that accepted the Torah at Mount Sinai, you're 100% Jew, you're not allowed to keep Shabbat. So, Avraham Avinu would violate Shabbat by creating a cow every Shabbat, as Zohar says. The point being is, because Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, Yaakov was so extraordinary, and you are their descendants, you are in essence a different species than the rest of mankind. Even if you converted last week or yesterday, or you're going to convert tomorrow or in 10 years from now, whenever you are, the second that Jewish neshama enters your body, you no longer have the same freedom to do whatever you please as the rest of mankind. Why? You're of a different species. You're of a different family. You're now part of the chosen people. You now have a certain obligation. Now, because our nature is to always want the things that we can't get, naturally our evil inclination will always want us to do the opposite of what we're supposed to do. Because our abilities are superior to others. This is not a racism versus the rest of mankind. This is reality. There's nothing racist about it. You look at even people that have done research on discoveries and achievements by Jewish people versus the rest of people in the world, there's no comparison. Science would virtually not exist without Jewish people. Mathematics would virtually not exist and develop without Jewish people. The Nobel Prize winners that exist in the world, that have actually people that have won the Nobel Prize winners, per capita, no nation has won more Nobel Prizes than the Jewish people. Per capita. Number-wise, obviously we have America, but the point is per capita, no one like the Jewish people. Discoveries in the world, no one discovered more than the Jewish people. Contributions to the world, no one contributed to the world more than the Jewish people. That's just the reality. Why? We have a bigger obligation, so HaShem uses us for certain things. We are not only obligated to serve Him, but also help the rest of mankind get closer to Him, have a better world. So it's not just about fulfilling Torah and mitzvot and going to a kollel, it's also building a world that helps society. You're not allowed to steal from Jews, but you're even more not allowed to steal from non-Jews. You have to be good to Jews, you have to be good to non-Jews as well. So the point is that superiority, if you will, doesn't make you better. It gives you a bigger responsibility. That now that you are giving more tools, you have to use them accordingly. And if you don't, your punishment is much more dear. If a person is given by his boss, listen, we have a petty cash box. Make sure that no one overuses it. Anyone that wants to buy lunch, you'll give them whatever money they want to buy lunch. You have a petty cash box. I'm going to put $1,000 in it, but make sure that it's filled all the time and so on and so forth. Anytime somebody wants to buy lunch, they don't have something on them. Hey, listen, can you do me a favor? Give me $10 from the box. And you're managing the petty cash box. If you make a mistake and one guy says, listen, I want to go to lunch with the guys, give me the whole $1,000. And you give it $1,000, the boss is not going to be happy with you. But most likely, he's probably not going to fire you. If you're a decent person everywhere else, most likely he's not going to fire you. You didn't bankrupt the company. You made a mistake. It's terrible. You're a fool. But in essence, it's not the end of the world. You made a mistake. Okay, fine. If the rest of what you do is okay, most likely you're going to get another chance. Most likely. Why? Because your mistake was still contained. On the other hand, if the same boss gives you a $5 billion trading account, and he says, listen, only buy bonds with this account, which are from treasuries, from the U.S. government, that the maximum risk we're going to take is 1%, and so on and so forth. Don't buy anything else, just this. And you decide to go start buying Pokemon cards. And you go buy some dresses for your wife, and you go start buying day trading stocks and penny stocks and bitcoins and chairs for different people, and you go start buying cars for people, and you go through $1.5 billion in a week. Now, that boss not only is going to fire you, you're going to jail for a really, really long time. Why? You were given a bigger responsibility. Hence, the damage for violating that responsibility is much greater. So, when people get offended that you say that Jews are superior in many cases, first of all, it's not generally everywhere. There are many, many non-Jews that are fantastic human beings, many non-Jews that are amazing, many non-Jews that are geniuses, but, nonetheless, that doesn't change the facts. That doesn't change the generality. But it also doesn't change the point. The point is, Jews have been given a certain gift, but also a certain responsibility because of that gift. And that's what a Jew needs to think about. It's not that, I have a this, and this, and that, and therefore I can do whatever I want. No, it's the opposite. The fact that you're the king the king's son or king's daughter means that you are now have to care more about society than the average person. You can't just ignore the fact that there is hunger in your street. You have to care about people.